Welcome everybody to the drivers' press conference ahead of the FIA Formula One Bahrain Grand Prix. We've got the usual two groups coming your way, and as you can see, left to right, Carlos Sainz, Kimi Antonelli and Jack Doohan. Thank you very much for that. Jack, let's come to you now. You've shown really good speed this year, but you haven't had the smoothest run so far. Can we just get your summary of how it's gone?
Yeah, I think you summarized it quite well, to be honest. I look forward to just having that clean weekend, putting it all together. And this weekend we have a perfect opportunity. We have a full race weekend again. And I look forward just to coming back to Bahrain, as the others have touched on, somewhere we were testing, albeit I think 25 degrees hotter here today. So it's going to be, much completely different. And, car balance, feeling, grip's going to feel terrible. A lot of things that are going to be coming after FP. But I look forward just to cracking on. We're now at, I think, round 4. So we're starting to get into it. And this back-to-back triple header is going to be nice just to keep the flow.
How does the Bahrain test at the end of February help you this weekend? What do you not have to do this weekend that you have to do when you go to a track for the first time?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, Bahrain test was a good place to learn the car initially. I wasn't exactly super happy leaving the test in general, but now we know, especially the areas that we, let's say, needed to work on, and at least the ballpark window on where we're going to start. We definitely won't be setting the car up where we ended up on one of the evening sessions at 10 degrees, but certainly trying to target maybe a little bit more at the end of one of those AM sessions, and plus a few things that we found post in the simulator.
All right, Jack, many thanks for that. Thank you. Let's now open this up to the broadcasters first of all. First question, David.
A couple of questions actually, if that's all right. First and foremost, Jack, are you okay? Last time we saw you getting out of the car in Suzuka, you were holding your left-hand side a little bit. Is everything all right? Are you fully recovered now?
Yeah, just wimping. Just, no, 100%. Oh, completely perfect. Yeah, thank you, Crofty.
Good man. That's what we like to see. And
any more from Albert?
Yeah, Albert Fabrega, ESPN Latam. After to see how difficult it was to overtake in Japan, do you think that the 2 mandatory stops implemented this year in Monaco could be a good solution for other races? A question for you all three.
Jack, why don't we bring you in on that?
I think not necessarily for all races. Especially in my case, in Suzuka, I was very happy that it wasn't. No, I think it's difficult to say. We have circuits that are higher, have a higher rate of chance of overtakes and less. And especially that was, such unique circumstances of the conditions, how cold it was. Sector 1, which is usually somewhere which is so crucial in tire management. Now we saw it with the new surface, which we could push flat out on, so we didn't really have so many corners that we were struggling with management. So I think it was quite unique. I reckon we're going to be surprised come Sunday night here in this heat with, I think, 38 kph gusts coming, and the topic of tire management or complaining will be maybe a little bit different.
Kimi?
Question for Jack. Last week you missed FP1 for a rookie session, even though you're a rookie yourself. For a driver that's now no longer part of the same program, were you surprised, and how was it communicated to you that you weren't going to take part in that session, even if you needed the track time?
Yeah, no, I was sort of something that was, to my knowledge, very early on in the year, way before testing, before the start of the year. So, there were reasons around the positioning of that FP1, and very early on I know these things were not in my control, so you just suck it up and push on and take it as it comes.